Welcome in Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. I'm Brett Loftus here, getting ready for this doubleheader USA South Conference matchup between your Piedmont University Lions and the visiting Scouts of Covenant College. It's going to be a good one today. 29 Lions as they're playing host to the 19-12 Scouts. Both teams have 9 wins in conference play. As the Lions are able to break that tie, though, because the Lions are 9-1 in conference play, as the Scouts have 2 more losses at 9-3. Lions come in atop the USA Southwest Division as Piedmont 29 overall, 9-1 in conference, as just said. Second place team is going to be Huntington at 21-7 and 8-2. That's the only loss the Lions have had this year. They come in 8 innings at a 6-5 loss against Huntington just a few weeks ago. Your starting 9 for both sides today, as it'll be the starting 9 for Covenant College. Leading us off and playing third base, Lauren Kay. The DP and batting second here is going to be Taylor Murdoch. Batting third and playing center field, it'll be Vanessa Davis. And that'll be the first 3 we see here in the inning. As then the catcher is going to be behind home plate today. There's going to be none other than Rebecca Hazard batting cleanup as we're getting Kay stepping up to the box here. Emma Mcbreyer is inside the circle today. Playing shortstop and batting fifth will be Jordan Hallman. Batting sixth and playing first base, Helena Nagy. Batting seventh and playing left field, it'll be Alexa Gonzalez. Batting eighth and playing second, it'll be McKenna Dance. As our first pitch is a strike here, 0-1. And then batting ninth and playing right field, it'll be Mary Elaine Mitchell. Again, out in the field, it's going to be Emma Mcbreyer inside the circle. Madison Henry behind home plate. Taylor at first, Partlow at second, Graham at third, and Partlow at second, and Graham at third, or Isley at third. So we're going to have one popped up in the air and foul there, as I assume it went off the plate there. 0-2 count now. Left to right in your outfield, Chitwood, Stegmeyer, and Buckner. Again, that's Taylor at first, Partlow at second, Graham at short, and Isley at third. 0-2 on the way from Mcbreyer. It's going to be up and out of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strike count now. All-time record between these two squads as the Lions lead the series 25-2 as the Lions are on a 9-game winning streak. 12-2 all-time here at the Walker Athletic Complex. 12-0 all-time at Covenant. This one hit out in the right field. First hit of the day here as Kay sends that one out there. Buckner out in right field. Going to get that one back in quickly. So a leadoff single here for the Scots.
Now batting the DP, Taylor Murdoch.
Taylor Murdoch's going to come up to the dish now. 351 on the year for her. Having a very, very good year. Also is kind of caught a cold streak her last game, 0-4 against Maryville. As the first pitch on the way to her will be low and away there. 1-0 count now. Emma Mcbreyer on the year, 10-2, 3.34 ERA, 73 and a third innings pitched, 38 strikeouts to 29 walks. As again, same thing with most pitchers. When Emma has a command, she's one of the very best in the conference, and she'll get a swing and a miss there. That'll even up her counted 1 ball and 1 strike. Piedmont been a home team this year, play very well at home. They play well everywhere, but very well at home. 10-2 here at the Walker Athletic Complex this year. The 1-1 trying to get the bunt down there, not able to do so is Murdoch. So that's a 1 ball, 2 strike count now. Runner on first, the leadoff single, Lauren Kay. She's batting well over 400 now at 404. 1-2 on the way from Emma. Again, that's going to be off the plate there. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Covenant actually plays a lot better on the road than they do at home. Up in Lookout Mountain this year, 8-9, 9-3 on the road. So might want to call them the Road Warriors there, as they'll be sent out in the left field. It'll be shallow left field. It stays in play, but goes foul. So we'll do the 2-2 count yet again. Very much so a top-heavy lineup. Lauren Kay, the leadoff hitter, as we mentioned. She's batting over 400. The only Scot to be batting over 400. Taylor Murdoch at 351. And then Vanessa Davis, who's on deck, batting 368. Those are really the 3 best hitters in the lineup. No surprise inning, 1-2-3. This one sent out to Partlow at second. Underhand toss to first. And that'll be out number 1. Kay advances to second on the play. As now with 1 out here, we'll see the 3-hole hitter, the center fielder, Vanessa Davis. Davis has hit 5 homers this year, 18 RBIs. She's second on the team in both. As the only Scot who tops her standing on second, Lauren Kay with 8 homers and 21 RBIs. First one on the way here. Big swing and a miss from Davis. No balls and 1 strike. Better watch Lauren Kay out there on the base paths. 11 for 15 here on the base paths this season. Lauren Kay, one of the very best players on paper we've seen come in here to Walker Athletic Complex this season. That'll be foul tip behind home plate. 0-2 count now. I mean, just looking at her stats across the board, very good season for her. Very, very good season as she's in her true freshman season. So be interested to see what she does today. Obviously, first hit of the ball game and the first AB of the ball game. Up from in Chattanooga, Tennessee. As that'll be taken high there, Madison Henry tried to frame it. So working the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes will be Vanessa Davis. Beautiful day here in Demorest, GA. Our first pitch was around noon, maybe a minute before, to 11:59, as the doubleheader moved from tomorrow to today due to expecting torrential downpour tomorrow, as we have a 2-2 count now. I think I looked this morning. It's like a 95% to 100% chance of rain. So it's just about guaranteed we're going to get rain here tomorrow. 2-2 on the way. This one chopped down to third. Isley will pump fake back to second. Instead, throw it to first. Cara Taylor drops it. They're going to advance both runners there, and that'll be an E3. So now runners on second and third, only one away, and this will bring up the cleanup hitter here for the Scots, Rebecca Hazard. Hazard into the box. Mcbreyer will come set. This one will be stung down the right field line. It'll be out of play, though, as now we got no balls and 1 strike. And a great play from Isley. I mean, the pump fake back to second to try to get Kay lacking and then throw a dot over to first. I mean, they'd have had Davis by a mile, but Cara Taylor looked like it just snow coned and ended up popping out of the glove there. That'll be in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. We've been having some windy days here, both at the Walker Athletic Complex and Louder Milk Field over the past few weeks. Still a bit windy today, not as windy as we have had it, but higher than the above average. As this 9 miles per hour wind west. This one hit out the park low at second. She'll throw it over to first for out number 2. Coming home to score on the play will be Lauren Kay, as the Lions will trade an out for a run, as that'll make it a 1-0 ball game, Covenant College Scots. So now 1-0. Runner on third here, as this will bring up the 5-hole hitter, the shortstop, Jordan Hallman. First pitch to Hallman on the way. That's going to be low and inside. She had to step back out of the way of that one. 1-0 count now. Hallman, also one of those 300 hitters. She's also played in every single game and started every single game this year for the Scots. 303 batting average. And she'll send this one right back up the middle, and she'll improve the average there, as that'll be a 2-out RBI single, and that'll now make it a 2-0 ball game, Covenant College. It's 2 outs now, 2-0 ball game.
Now batting the first baseman, Helena Nagy.
And here we'll see the first baseman, Helena Nagy. Nagy right on that 300 border, literally 300 even. She's getting 12 RBIs this year. No homers, has not left the yard. And she'll take first pitch for a ball. Looked a little high. Definitely caught the inner half, but a little high. As Madison Henry will turn around and ask where it was at. 1-0 count now. Lions wearing their home white uniforms with the gray breeches and those old-fashioned stirrups that we brag on every game. As this one's hit down to Isley, she'll throw it over to first for out number 3. 2 hits on 2 runs, 1 error from the Lions, as the Lions trail by 2 heading to the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Brett Loftus, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube, home half of the first inning. Lions are going to have to catch back up here as they trail 2-0 after Covenant able to get two big hits there, and then an error from Piedmont, able to surrender 2 runs. As leading us off here, as always, will be the center fielder, Rebecca Stegmeyer. Lauren Kierpa, the senior right-hander on the mound. She'll start us off with a ball. As it'll be Stegmeyer, Isley, Taylor. Those will be the first 3 lines we see here in the home half of the first. And then after that, Henry, McBreyer, Partlow, Lowry, Buckner, and Graham. Your batting order 1 through 9 for Piedmont. 1-0 away from Kerpa. This one sent out just over the shortstop's head in the left field. Both leadoff hitters able to lead us off with a hit today. As improving that .438 batting average is Rebecca Stegmeyer. As now she stands at first. This will bring up the third baseman, Caitlin Isley. So again, Kerpa inside the circle. Hazard behind home plate. Nagy at first. It'll be Dance at second. Hallman at short, Kay at third, Gonzalez in left, Davis in center, and Mitchell in right. One of the hottest hitters on the planet up at the dish now, Caitlin Isley. She'll tomahawk this one up and out of play. 0-1 count. Isley has appeared in 10 ball games this year. It's started 8. And since she's had the opportunity to go to the dish, she has not missed. .429 average, a homer, and 6 RBIs, getting on base at a rate of .478. One on the way there to her. It looked like that one got her in the calf. That might have hurt a little bit. She'll jog on down to first.
Now batting the first base.
As now the first 2 lines reach her today. Stegmeyer a leadoff single. And now Isley, she'll jog on down to the first base line a little bit in the shallow right field, trying to run that off. As now with 2 lines on here, no outs in the inning. This will bring up the first baseman, Caitlin Isley. Kerpa this season, 4.24 ERA, 8-7. Her record, she's pitched 100 2/3 innings, so in triple digits in innings pitched, as she has a 55 strikeout to 40 walk ratio. So the scouts have depended on Kerpa so far this season, as that first pitch will be called a strike on the outer half, 0-1 count. And again, 4.34 ERA, 4.24 rather should I say, as a 4.33 team RA. Taylor square around the bunt. She'll get that one off the end of the bat, and it'll be foul, as that'll run our count to 0-2. And again, we've seen that from a lot of teams this year. I think the Lions are very individualistic, or however you want to put it there, that they do use multiple pitchers across a doubleheader. As again, if we see there with Covenant, 100 innings pitched there from Kerpa. She's carried the load the majority of the year. This will be sent down the right field line, foul and out of play. As speaking of multiple pitchers, we'll see Martina Malik here more than likely in game number 2. As coming set, Kerpa, her 0-2 on the way. Taylor sends this one right back up the middle. It'll land in center field. Stegmeyer will be told to stay there. And this one will sail out of play. So everybody will advance up a bag. And Stegmeyer will come home to make it a 2-1 ball game. Taylor at second. And Isley also comes home because she was at she was at second on the play. So everybody advances up 2 bags, pardon me there. So that will make it a 2-2 ball game off of a very costly throwing error from the center fielder, Vanessa Davis. And this will bring up the cleanup hitter, Madison Henry.
Catcher, Madison Henry.
I don't know. I mean, an incredible arm out there from Vanessa Davis in center field. But that throw looked like she's throwing a baseball there as far as that thing traveled. I mean, goodness gracious. I think it landed on top of the dugout. Goodness. As we will have time called here, as it looks like Covenant's head coach, Cara Taylor, will come out here and talk to the umpires. Again, I'm not sure what there is to discuss. Maybe that's just me being a bit naive. But everybody's out here talking. So they'll bring Terry Martin to talk, and they'll send Cara Taylor back to second. So Cara Taylor will will be at second, which is where we thought she should have been. But Isley and Stegmeyer should have came home to score, in which they did. So the score will stay at 2-2. But instead of Taylor being at third. She'll instead be at second. Good catch there by the Covenant head coach, Cara Taylor. As still runner in scoring position, 2-2 ball game and none out here in the home half of the first. And this will bring up the cleanup hitter, Madison Henry. First one on the way to Henry will be a called strike there on the outer half, 0-1 count. 3 and 4, I don't think it gets any better than this for the Lions, as you got Taylor with 4 homers on the year and then Henry with 2. She's also had 18 RBIs and added a .377 batting average. 0-1 on the way here to Henry. That'll be called a strike at the knees and inside part of the plate. 0-2 count now. The wind has died down, all but nothing here. And our left center field American flag. 0-2 on the way. Henry sends this one into right field. They'll wave Taylor at third. Coming up, throwing is Mitchell in right. Good throw in, but a better slide as Taylor slides in safely to make it a 3-2 ball game. Lions take their first lead of the day.
Now batting the pitcher, Emma Mcbreyer.
Now we'll see Emma Mcbreyer come up to the dish as she'll hit for herself here, as we've seen all year. As being DP today has been the left fielder, Lexi Chitwood. As Mcbreyer, 357 on the year, a homer and 14 RBIs. The first one on the way there to her, up and out of the zone. Henry will get a lead down there at first. 1-0 count now. As the Lions just continue their own offensive onslaught. They have scored at least 5 runs in their last 4 ball games, which is a pretty impressive feat when you think about it. As that'll be a swing and a miss there, 1 ball, 1 strike. As they were able to defeat Huntington in game 1 of that doubleheader 13-6, and then lost in game 2, their only conference loss, 6-5 in 8 innings. And then against Brevard, 13-4 and then 7-0. As the 1-1 on the way, this will be sent up and out of play. Foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the Lions, when they've been able to figure it out, they've been, again, one of the very best teams in the country. That's why we started out preseason ranked. Again, had a bit of a losing streak there, 5 games to be exact, towards the beginning of the year, but they've really got it back on track now, winning 13 out of their last 14. As this one will be hit back up the middle on the string, and that'll be in the center field. Henry will stay at second. Back-to-back singles there for the Lions, or should I say back-to-back-to-back singles. As first and second now, still no outs. And we'll see here the second baseman, Lindsey Partlow. Partlow able to get back in the lineup here, 400 average for her. She's appeared in 14 games, started in 13 of those for the Lions. 4 RBIs and an on-base percentage of .471. As everybody's teeing off on Lauren Kerper right now. As that'll be low and away there, 1-0 count. As we really hadn't seen her mix up too many of her pitches today. She's really been just trying to locate that fastball in the outer half, and she's missed over the middle more times than not here. 1-0, she'll miss away there. 2 balls and no strikes. Got a good staff here today. Danielle Percival, Troy Wyman, and Joe Garwood as always, as well as my main man, Michael Thomason, running the scoreboard here out in left center field. The 2-0 on the way from Kerpa, as that'll be a swing and a miss there by Lindsey Partlow. 2 balls and 1 strike. They'll like a change up there from Kerpa, able to locate that one well. So Kerpa will look in here. Her 2-1 on the way. Squaring around the bunt is Partlow. Very good bunt, and they'll say it was foul. So the home plate umpire called it foul. I mean, we could go back and look at it on the video, but I'm like 90% confident. We had other eyes up here in the press box that saw that as well. So the catcher doesn't throw it to first, and Rebecca Hazard, which watch it if it's called foul. But they'll call it a bunt single for Partlow. That's one of those I just don't understand right there. As now up at the dish, it'll be Jasmine Lowry, the DP. Lowry batting .211 this year with 5 RBIs. As Covenant, for lack of a better word, did not get the right end of the stick there on that call. As that'll be low, 1 ball and 1 strike. So we got bases loaded here, none out. 1-1 count. Kerper will look in for the sign. No wristband on for her, getting the sign straight from the catcher today. Lowry able to move out of the way of that one, evade that. 2 balls and 1 strike. So it'll be Partlow at first, Mcbreyer at second, Henry at third. Lions have already brought across 2 here. Again, none out in the inning. Big thing here. 2-1 on the way from Kerpa. Lowry just able to foul tip this one. That one is called foul and is foul. That'll even up our count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lions have 5 hits thus far. All of them have been singles. Stegmeyer led us off with a single. Isley hit by a pitch. And then 4 straight singles since then. Taylor single, Henry single, Mcbreyer single, and Partlow single. So just continuing to move the line here as the Lions have turned into the single ladies here so far in the home half of the first inning. So now step it back in the right-handed batter's box. 2-2 count now. As Kerpo will get ready to deliver it to Lowry. Lowry swinging a miss there. That'll be our first out here in the home half of the first inning. Still only 1 away, bases loaded. This will bring up the speed thread of Taylor Buckner. Taylor, 320 batting average. 7 RBIs for her. On base percentage is .357. Taylor also speed on the base path. 6 for 6 in stolen bases. First pitch on the way to her. Like a breaking ball that just didn't break enough as Taylor will foul this one up and out of play behind us. Foul. 0-1 count. Again, a plethora of different outfielders and a lot of talent Terry Martin can go to at any particular time. As we've seen Buckner start in 9 of the Lions contests this year. She's appeared in 14. Lacey Chitwood out there today. We've also seen Hartley Nerva as well as Jenna Broach. So, again, just a plethora of outfielders we've seen from the Lions, as well as Kennedy Votava. So, and all these Lady Lions, for the majority of them, are either freshmen or sophomores we've seen in the outfield this year, except for Rebecca Stegmeyer, who is obviously a mainstay there in center field. So a lot of talent, a lot of youth here on this team, and especially to see how well the Lions are playing, very encouraging sign. 1-1 on the way here. Buckner sends this one up in the air. Retreating a bit is going to be Davis in center field. She'll catch it. Everyone's tagging up, trying to go to third as Mcbreyer. She'll beat it just by half a second as the throw was dropped at third there by Kay. And also advancing up more bags as this one rolled out of play. So now that'll make it a 5-2 ball game as Buckner gets a sac fly to REI. Henry came home to score. And then on the bad throw, coming home to score on that one is Mcbreyer. Going first to third, rather should I say, is going to be Lindsey Partlow. So again, we'll have time here. I guess we just don't know really what's going on. As we're still waiting to see if it should be a 4-2 ball game or a 5-2 ball game. Drew Graham's due up here. It's a bit of confusion here. As again, we saw the head coach, Cara Taylor, come out and talk here. So it stays a 5-2 ball game if we can presume. Again, this isn't like Major League Baseball. We have a microphone and we're able to hear what their reasoning is, but nonetheless, we can assume what's happening on the field. So now with 2 outs, we'll see on third there. It'll be Partlow. First pitch is a called strike there to Drew, 0-1 count. 9th line to come to bat here. 9th line in the lineup as Stegmeyer will stand on deck here to turn it back over. 0-1 on the way from Kerpa. Drew sends this one out nowhere. It'll stay in the infield as the first baseman Nagy will catch it there for out number 3. 5 runs on 5 hits, 1 error there for the Lions as they now lead 5-2. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Brett Loftus here, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube, as it'll be 7, 8, and 9 coming up to the dish now for the Scots. As leading us off, it'll be the left fielder, Alexa Gonzalez. Top half of the second inning here. 5-2 ball game, Lions lead. This will be hit down the first baseline, foul and out of play. 0-1 count. Gonzalez, 217 average for her this year, 9 RBIs. Getting on base at a rate of 229. So batting average and on base percentage only separated there by 12 points. As that'll be chopped down the third baseline and foul. As the count will now move to 0-2. If you're wondering about our plexiglass we had broken during our last home doubleheader, it's still broken up here. So hopefully Rebecca Stegmeyer, knock on some wood there, doesn't hit any more hard hit foul balls up this way. Checking that out when I came out here this morning. 0-2. Got to be low and away there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Gonzalez, Dance, and Mitchell here in the top half of the second inning. The Lions playing straight up defense here. Actually playing a little deeper in the infield. It's a 1-2 sent out to right field, and that's why. That one's going to roll almost all the way to the wall. It will actually roll to the wall. Taylor Buckner comes up throwing there, and we'll get a leadoff double here from Alexa Gonzalez. No outs in the inning. So this will bring up the second baseman, McKenna Dance.
Now batting the second baseman, McKenna Dance.
Sophomore infielder from Gray, Tennessee. Starting at second base here today. That's a great last name, Dance. Only other Dance I've ever heard of is Bill Dance, the famous fisherman, wore the infamous Tennessee hat. You can actually buy a Bill Dance Tennessee hat now, for those wondering. Because that'll be a called strike there on the inner half. No balls and 1 strike. McKenna Dance, as we mentioned there, is from Tennessee. Wonder if she's kin to infamous Bill Dance. Be a great question there. Maybe a trivia question we might have to figure out after a while. 0-1 on the way from Mcbreyer. That'll be up and out of the zone. That'll even our count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So again, both teams, this has been an offensive onslaught here through just over an inning of baseball. Combined 8 hits. And through those 8 hits, they've powered 7 runs across. This will be in shallow left field. That'll make it 9 hits. Chitwood comes up throwing. Her throw was a bit offline there, as Dance is going to try and go to second. Instead, Drew Graham wonders it, and she'll go home. So that'll make it a 5-3 ball game. We never had time called there, so Dance goes first to second. A bit of confusion here. So I'm really trying to figure out if it's a 5-3 ball game or if it's a 5-2 ball game with 1 out.
Yes.
Okay, so it is a 5-3 ball game, as Covenants gave it a score to run. We get confirmation there from Danielle Percival. As at the dish now, it is the right fielder, Mary Elaine Mitchell. Again, pardon me, should I say, for the break and the pauses there. It's just been a very odd events here as Mitchell gets hit in the ribs. She looks to be okay. She'll run on down to first. Now runners on first and second here, none away. As this will turn over the lineup card and bring up Lauren Kay, the third baseman who led off the game with a single. First and second here, as we'll see Dance on second. Our official scores, God bless them, gave Dance an RBI single, and then she advanced to second there. That'll be a ball, 1-0. They'll actually throw back to Dance there, as Partlow will put the tag on her. She's safe. 1-0 count now. Sometimes all you can do is laugh, guys. 1-0 on the way from Mcbreyer. That'll even our count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So just trying to figure out what happened on that play. So apparently the umpire down there at third, I did not see it, but we got confirmation up here in the press box that he ruled it out at third. However, I guess he thought it was a forced play. Instead, she was advancing second to third. Nobody was on first, so she did that under her own accord as the 1-1 is on the play. That'll be a changeup called there on the outer half, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And then Dance, heads up base running from her, though. You got to give credit to McKenna Dance, was dancing in between first and second, warranted a throw to try to get her. Drew Graham catches it, tries to throw it home, and then able to come home on that play there as this one sails into center field. 1-2 count now. Everything's good. Then coming home to score on that play was Gonzalez as the throw was up the line. Dance advanced to second on the play. If that makes sense somehow, some way, as the Lions don't get credited with an error, but there was no error made on the play. As the 2-2 is up and out of the zone there, how to run our count full at 3-2. That's the beauty of both baseball and softball. You can have plays like that. Gonzalez obviously had a double. Dance was only credited with a single. And then obviously a hit by a pitch there to Mitchell. As a full count to be fouled up and out of play over to the lacrosse field. 3-2. So again, just to recap, Gonzalez reached via double. She goes to second and third on her own accord. Ruled out. Umpire doesn't realize that you have to be tagged. Then she goes home on the play. Dance ends up at second. This one hit into center field. Stagmeyer's going to come up throwing and cut it off. There will be Taylor. Everybody only advances up a bag, and that'll load our bases. Lauren Kay 2 for 2 on the day, as this will bring up the DP, Taylor Murdoch. Murdoch grounded out her first time up. Again, offensive onslaught here through a little over an inning plus here in the top half of the second. We've already seen 10 hits from both teams, 5 on each side, as the Lions hung a 5 spot there in the first inning. 2 from the Scots there in the top of the first, already 1 here in the top of the second in a 5-3 ball game. That'll be a ball called up and away off the plate. 1-0 count now. Mcbreyer's 1-0 on the way. That'll be on the outer half there. That'll even our count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mcbreyer looks down at the wristband. Her 1-1 on the way. Same pitch, same result. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think if Emma could throw that fastball all night long or all afternoon long, she'd be in a great place. So Emma will tow back in there on the rubber. Her 1-2 on the way. And that'll be up and out of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So bases are loaded here. 1 already in for the Scots. 5-3 ball game, Lions lead. 2-2. This one tapped down to third. Throwing home for the force out. Heads up play from Caitlin Isley. 5-2 put out there. Bases still loaded, but with only 1 away.
Now batting the center fielder, Vanessa Davis.
So with 1 out, this will bring up the center fielder, Vanessa Davis. Davis able to reach via an error first time up and come across to score 1 of those 2 runs there in the top of the first. Then in the bottom of the first had 2 throwing errors out there in center field. First one on the way to her. Henry can't find the softballs right under her feet. 1-0 count now. If you can have a repeat of that AB there from Murdoch. Just tap it down the third and then throw it home for the force here with the bases loaded. As Emma says she wants another pitch, she'll get it there. Look down at the wristband. 1-0 on the way. So, and again, chop down the third as the Covenant coach Lulo able to move out of the way of that one. That'll even up our count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So we got a 1-1 count now. 1 out. Bases loaded. Lions trying to hang on to this 5-3 lead. Here in the top of the second inning. Yes, only in the top of the second. As the 1-1 will be a breaking ball there. Up and out of the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. As Davis back in the batter's box. Defense playing straight up. And she will take that one low and inside. 3-1. As Davis looked back at the home plate umpire, was ready to argue if that was called a strike. She steps back in. 1 pitch away from walking in a run. Sends this one between the first and second baseman on the right side of the infield. Throwing it back in. Throw not cut off. She's safe. 2 runs come across the score there in the form of Mitchell and Kay, and that'll make it a 5-5 ball game. Vanessa Davis able to make up for her 2 throwing errors there with a 1-out, 2-run single as Terry Martin calls time, and he'll go talk to his pitcher, Emma Mcbreyer, and we'll take a break. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Madison Murphy in the run at second here. She'll pinch run with 1 out.
Madison Murphy.
So we got runners.
Batting for the Scots. The catcher, Rebecca Hazard.
We got runners on first and second here. Rebecca Hazard in the right-handed batter's box as Davis at first. Now Murphy at second, pinch running. This one sent down to third. Heads-up play there from Isley to just return back to the third base bag and step on it, as that'll be out number 2. Brett Loftus, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube, 5-5 ball game. As Covenant brought 2 across there in the top of the first, 3 across here in the top of the second. Lions, all 5 of their runs in the bottom of the first. As we'll have to wait and see if they can retake the lead in the home half of the second, as this will bring up the shortstop, Jordan Hallman. She takes the ball away and off the plate. 1-0 count now. Mcbreyer trying to reel it back in, as that'll be low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Both offensives come out swinging today, as the pitching left 2 too many fastballs right over the heart of the plate there, which has led to our combined 11 hits now. As that'll be a called strike on the outer half. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mcbreyer right back into it. 2-1 on the way. Same place, same result. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild in this crazy game for the first time here today, as we also have 2 runners on as well. And was 2-2 on the way. Will just be fought off down the first base line and foul out of play. 2-2 to be done here yet again. Not as many students as we usually have out here for a softball game, it being Good Friday. Many of our student body went home, as we get a swing and a miss there. And Emma Mcbreyer able to get out of inning number 2. Not without 3 Scots able to come home. 5-5 ball game heading to the bottom of second. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube.
Mcbreyer.
1, 2, and 3 due up here yet in the bottom of the second inning. There's the same line who led us off in the first will lead us off here in the second as well. Rebecca Stegmeyer. Lauren Kerper still inside of the circle, as she was able to pitch with a lead in the bottom of the first heading into it. Now she'll pitch in the tie ball game, 5-5. Stegmeyer led us off with a single, as that'll be a first pitch ball there, 1-0 count. Stegmeyer moving that average up to 443 now. 504 on base percentage and over 1,000 OPS. Doesn't get any better than that. As the 1-0 from Kerpa on the way. This one, tomahawk down the third baseline, foul and out of play, 1-1 count. For those wondering at home, Kerpa, 5 runs allowed for her in the first, obviously, 4 of those being earned. For Piedmont, Emma Mcbreyer, 5 runs allowed for her, 3 of those earned. So errors have led to some unearned runs today. Out to be low and away, good take there from Becca, 2 balls and 1 strike. This will be Stegmeyer, Isley, and Taylor here in the home half of the second, potentially more. 2-1 on the way. Kerpa, good pitch. That probably missed the outer half by about half a foot, though. Tried to throw some bait there. Not able to get it. 3 balls and 1 strike. Again, wind not really playing a factor. A pretty beautiful day as first pitch temperature around 65 degrees. 3-1 on the way as Stegmeyer takes that one. It will catch. Good pitch there. Gets the top part of the strike zone away. That'll run our count full at 3-2. Kerpa looks in for the sign. As her backstop, Rebecca Hazard, gives it to her. Full count delivery on the way. Stegmeyer slaps this one down to third. Kay throws it over to first, and that'll be out number 1. So Stegmeyer works a good AB. Not a favorable outcome with a 5-3 putout, as this will bring up Caitlin Isley. Isley did not pick up a hit there, like many of her batmates in the home half of the first. Did reach base, though. She was hit by a pitch as it hit her in the calf. We take a repeat of that as long as it wasn't too hard of a pitch, and we will, actually. Isley very disgruntled, in which she should be. That one caught her in the back knee. I know that had to hurt. As she slams the bat down, John Winter's trying to help as he's kind of chuckling down there at first base. Don't think Isley is, as now you can kind of see a smile on her face down that first base line. Wasn't trying to jinx her. As long as she's okay, though, still reaching base. That's really all that matters, as now with 1 out, this will bring up the first baseman, Cara Taylor. Cara Taylor had that play in the first inning, which arose many questions. She had a single hit in the left field. Stegmeyer went second to third. The throw absolutely sailed, as we'll see Isley get off a base there. 1-0 count now, get a good lead. And then came home to score was Isley and Stegmeyer. They initially sent Cara Taylor to third on the play and then reverted her back to second. We'll see what Cara Taylor does this time. Another hit would be nice. 1-0 on the way. As that'll be low and away and a called strike 1. As Isley will slide back in there. She'll be on the back of the bag, back corner. 1-1 count now. Wonder what our school record is for hit by pitches in a game. Might have to get on that. As Isley might end up breaking that today, 2 pitches. You normally don't see someone get hit by multiple pitches in a game. As I'm sure Isley will have a few bruises to show for it tomorrow. That ball will be low. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Again, KT is her nickname is. Cara Taylor, 4 homers for her this year. She sent 1 out here at Walker Athletic Complex. The other 3 have come away. Again, they'll throw down and try to get Isley lacking down there at first, but she's able to get back in time. We work our count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 1 away here in the home half of the second. 2-2 on away from Kerpa. Isley does take off partially. She'll trip up just a bit, a little of a hit and run, a run and hit delay as the shortstop Haltman was moving to cover second there. That ball just able to get through. 2 for 2 on the day now. Cara Taylor. This will bring up the backstop Madison Henry. Henry 1 for 1 with a run scored, and she had an RBI single her first time up. Home plate umpire having a chat with the backstop for Covenant, Rebecca Hazard. That's 1 out. Runners on first and second here. First pitch to Henry on the way. She'll take a hack at that one, send it down the right field line, up and out of play. 0-1 count now. Henry UNG transferred. Again, what she's done for this lineup has meant everything for the Lions down the stretch. 385 batting average. She and Hannah Morgan has been splitting time behind home plate. As the 0-1 to Henry on the way. That'll be low and in yet again, but it'll be called a strike as it caught that inner third. 0-2 count now. is what we've been seeing normally. Henry catches game 1 and catches Emma Mcbreyer, and then Hannah Morgan catches game 2, and that being usually Martina Malik. As the 0-2 on the way to Henry. Again, that'll be too far up that time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we've seen Henry she's the DP more times than not that game number 2. So be interesting to see what 9, or rather should I say what 10, Terry Martin cooks up for us there in game 2. 1-2 on the way. This one's sent into shallow center field. It'll get down. Good speed there from Isley. She's going to go second to home. And Cara Taylor goes first to third. Henry strolls into second. And that'll give the Lions a lead of 6-5. As Madison Henry smacks on the head a little bit there. Been smacking on the baseball today. Now 2 for 2. That'll be the Lions' 7th hit of the game already. As they're knowing and sitting on whatever Lauren Kerpa has been throwing today. As this will bring up Emma Mcbreyer. She's 1 for 1, had a single her first time around. As that'll be out of the zone there, 1-0 count. Lions 6 runs on 7 hit, 1 error, should I say. And all 7 of those hits have been singles. Again, the single ladies for the Lions today is what they've been. Not Beyonce kind, but rather the softball kind. 1-0 on the way. This will be sent down the first baseline and into the first base dugout of the Scouts. 1-1 count now. Sack fly would be able to score another one here with 1 out and a runner on third. Potentially something in a gap could more than likely score 2 here for the Lions. As the 1-0 to Mcbreyer on the way. It'll be low and in the dirt, actually scoring her away a bit. 2 balls and 1 strike. We got a 2-1 count here, 1 out. 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Lions. 5 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors for the Scots. 2-1 from Kerpa on the way. This one hit a mile in the air out to left field. Gonzalez going to get her nose under it. Cara Taylor going to act like she tags up and then does not. Henry way off the second base bag, and they'll get her. Maybe some miscommunication on the throw there, as that'll be a pop out and then a double play turned at second. Heading to the third, Lions lead 6-5. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Elena Nagy will lead us off here in the top of the third inning as our scoreboard man in the top of the third inning, Michael Thomason. I think he described this game about the best way you possibly could. Seems like a 12-round title fight right now. 6-5 here through 2 innings. Both teams have combined for 13 hits. We've had 3 errors in the field. Again, 6-5, 11 combined runs. As Nagy sends this one down the third base line, played in fair territory. And that'll be a leadoff single from Nagy, as she'll move it to 1 for 2 on the day. This will bring up Alexa Gonzalez. But, yeah, it feels like a title fight right now. Again, two of the best teams in the USA South. As Covenant since third in the USA Southwest Division. Obviously, the Lions sit atop there, as that'll be up and away out of the zone. 1-0 count here to Gonzalez. Gonzalez hit a double her last time up, able to come across and score a run, as that was in the top of the second inning, last half inning. This one out to right field. Buckner makes a good play on that one. and she'll catch it there for out number 1. Hard hit ball there from Gonzalez.
Now batting the second baseman, McKenna Dance.
As this will bring up McKenna Dance. Dance 1 for 1. She had an RBI single, which was able to bring in Gonzalez her last time up, and then moved to second. It was on the play where Gonzalez was rung up at third, but she really wasn't. She came home to score. So we got 1 out. Mcbreyer versus Dance. First pitch on the way. Dance will try to put down a bunt. It'll be chopped foul down the third base line. Actually goes into the lines on deck circle there. 0-1 count. Both teams equal with 7 hits apiece. Feel like you're almost watching a softball all-star game. The way we've seen the amount of offense we've seen through 2 innings thus far. 0-1 on the way. Good pitch. It'll be in the dirt, though. Some good bait, rather, should I say. Not good enough to be called for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here, 1 out. Our left field, again, our left field seating not as full as it usually is. As being Good Friday today, we had a lot of students go home yesterday. Piedmont baseball team not able to be here in support as they're playing a doubleheader down at LaGrange this afternoon at 2 and 5 p.m. Able to beat the number 3 ranked Panthers last night 8-5 behind a very good pitching performance of Peyton Irvin. Carter Ballstad came in and got the save, and then Alex Gonzalez, the former Covenant College Scott, was able to get 7 RBIs last night. Is this going to be chopped down the line? 2 balls and 2 strikes. So potentially one of the biggest upsets in Division III baseball, maybe Division III sports this year, with the Lions going into LaGrange able to win 8-5. Hopefully they'll be able to win the series, maybe even sweep them today. And hopefully the Lions will be able to do the same to the Scouts here. 2-2 on the way. This is chopped down the third base line. Isley throws it to first. That'll be brought in there by Taylor for out number 2. Advancing the second on the play there is Nagy. And now this will bring up the right fielder, Mary Elaine Mitchell.
Now batting the right fielder, Mary Elaine Mitchell.
Mitchell hit by a pitcher first time up, able to come across and score a run as well. First pitch on the way to her. That'll be low, actually catching the dirt. They'll check on Nagy out there at second to no avail. We got a busy Friday here on this Good Friday. Doubleheader, 12 and 2, obviously, with softball. Women's lacrosse going to face off against Pfeiffer University at 4 p.m. Chop down the first baseline and foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. And again, Lions baseball 2 and 6 p.m. doubleheader at LaGrange. Men's lacrosse also out of town as they'll be at Greensboro College up in Greensboro, North Carolina, on a very fierce rivalry reborn, as men's lacrosse team has not played Greensboro in 3 years. As that'll be a ball low there, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 count, 2 outs, runner on second. As that's a called strike out there on the corner, as they'll throw it back to second. So that'll even up our count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Deuce is wild for the second time here today in inning number 3. And somebody's just trying to hang a 0 on the first time on the board. As hopefully it'll be the Lions here. Just able to stay alive. Mitchell, she chops that one towards the Lions dugout. We'll do 2-2 again. 2 and 3 is what the scoreboard reads for Covenant in the first and second innings as they combine for their 5 runs. 5 and 1 is 5 in the first, 1 in the second for the Lions is how they've reached their 6-run plateau. Mcbreyer looks down at the wristband. Her 2-2 on the way. Chopped back over her glove. Shortstop Drew Graham. Great play to first. And now get her by half a step. Mitchell clutching her helmet there. I don't really think there was anything to argue. It was a very close play, but a good throw from Graham. I think they got her. As that will be our first 0 of the day in the top of the third inning. 6-5 Lions lead heading to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Brett Loftus, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Bottom of the third inning for the Lions. 6, 7, 8 due up here as Lindsey Partlow will lead us off. First pitch, she takes it for a called strike number 1. Partlow also had a single her first time up, 1 for 1. So it'll be Partlow, Lowry, and Buckner here in the bottom of the third inning. Lauren Kierpa still inside of the circle. 0-1 delivery will be low and inside. Actually bounces in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. So again, that bang-bang play there with Mary Lane Mitchell at first in the top of the third inning. Not sure if you saw it there during our break. Did have an umpire conference, but still ruled out at first. Good backhand play by Hallman. Throw to first. It'll actually get away, as that'll be another single for Lindsey Partlow. Make her 2 for 2 on today. She'll stand on first, so bring up the DP, Jasmine Lowry.
DP Jasmine Lowry.
Partlow just continues to improve her average as well, now hitting .438 on the year. So leadoff single. We'll see we'll see Lowry square around here. This will hit off the fence and foul. They ruled dead now, 0-1 count. Lowry, actually the first out there in inning number 1 as she struck out her first time up. Looking to change that tide here. She's got a lot of grass to play with out there in the outfield. Big gaps in both left center and right center. She'll square around yet again, able to get it back. Throw down to first will be dropped by Dance, the second baseman covering, as Partlow's back in time. See if Lowry will square around here for a third time. As Kerpa comes set. Lowry hasn't squared yet. There she goes. She gets it down. It will fall in fair territory. As that one popped up in the air. Trying to make the sliding grab was Lauren Kay. It hit off of her glove. And they'll call. I'm not sure. I'm not even going to say. I don't know. They called Lowry safe at first. Lowry was out at first, as it appeared, but they called her safe. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to be critical of the umpires, but it just really doesn't seem like they know what's going on so far today. She is considered safe. I mean, I'm thankful for her to be safe in favor of the Lions, but that did not appear to be the correct call there. As this will bring up Taylor Buckner. Buckner with a sac fly and RBI her first time up. She'll square around the bunt. Able to get it down, not able to do so. That'll be foul, tip to the backstop, 0-1 count now. No one else in the press box knows what's happening first there either, so I'm glad I'm not alone. As we'll see Kerpa settle back in. 0-1 on the way. Buckner squares around, not able to get that one down. As she bunted that one actually up and out of play. Over near near the lacrosse field, rather, should I say. As that'll run the count to no balls and 2 strikes. No outs, runners on first and second. Oh, 2 on the way. Buckner will take that one too far outside. 1-2. So it's Partlow on second. Lowry on first. Taylor Buckner at the plate here. Wind beginning to pick back up here in Demorest, GA. One, 2 on the way. Buckner again takes that one low and away. As now going second to third, it'll be Partlow. Lowry going to try to go first to second. Partlow's going to come home and score. And a double steal. You may even call it a triple steal. As we see Partlow steal third, and then she comes home and steals home to make it 7-5. Stealing second will be Lowry. So 3 stolen bases on the play. And now a 7-5 ball game. Lions lead. 2-2 count here for Taylor Buckner. The Lions worked that to perfection. You'd also could look at it as Covenant kind of dropped the ball there. Not literally. As we got a 2-2 count now, Lowry stands on second. Good way by Buckner just to continue to fight these pitches off, as that'll be fought off down the third baseline, foul and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, in my time here at Piedmont University, this has been one of the oddest sporting events I think I've ever had the pleasure of calling. As the 2-2 is on the way, Buckner gets that one off the end of the bat, hits it to shortstop Hallman. Buckner's out at first. Lowry goes second to third after the throw. So now with 1 out and a runner on third, this will bring up the shortstop, Drew Graham.
Now batting the shortstop, Drew Graham.
So Drew comes up here. Her first time up, she flew out. We had a repeat of that, perhaps a sac fly and RBI with good speed from Jasmine Lowry. Stegmeyer now on deck. As after Graham, this will be 2 full times now through the Lions lineup, and we're only here in the bottom of the third as Drew sends this one foul down the right field line out of play, 0-1 count. Drew has been DP'd for a few times this year when she's been in the lineup, a .253 batting average. She puts a bunt down the first base line. It'll be picked up in fair territory. And Drew's going to trot on to second. They're going to get her in a rundown, and they'll not worry about Drew anymore. Lowry's back safe at third, and Drew advances to second. So a bunt single. Drew tried to induce the rundown, or the pickle rather, should I say. And then Lowry was going to come home from third. The shortstop Hallman recognized that. Then they got in a pickle. She didn't worry about Graham anymore, who's safe at second. Lowry gets back at third. So now runners in scoring position here on second and third, 1 out, and this will bring up Rebecca Stegmeyer. We'll take that as strike called there on the outer half, 0-1 count. Stegmeyer 1 for 2 today with a run scored. This will begin the third time through the Lions lineup. 0-1 will be called a ball there, too far out. 1 ball and 1 strike. As John Winter's able to call that one safe over there at first. Our first base coach, and then able to send Drew Graham there. Some more just heads-up base running from this Lions squad. Low and away there, 2 balls and 1 strike. And I tell you what, heads-up base run has really been a name of the game thus far for the Lions this season. It's really been able to win them some ball games that they maybe perhaps should not have won. His base running, heads-up base running always helps on the base paths. It's not all about speed. As that'll be low and away there, catches his own. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Speed obviously helps, but when you're someone like you see 2-3 there, Miss Rebecca Stegmeyer, incredible base runner with the plus speed. Just saw Drew Graham, above average speed, but incredible base running IQ from her, able to advance to second on a bunt single. As the 2-2 on the way to Stegmeyer, Becca chops this one down to third. Kay will play it in foul territory, so we'll do 2-2 yet again. See if Becca can find a gap here. She's got a lot of room out there. And again, right and center field gaps as the corner infielder's playing closer to the line. 2-2, low and away in the dirt, actually. That'll run the count full at 3-2. 17 hits now combined in this game. Lions 7 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Scott's 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. As now the full count on the way. Becca takes that one low and away. She's able to draw a walk. And surprisingly enough, that is the first walk we have seen today. As she'll run on down to first. And with 1 out and the bases loaded, this brings up Caitlin Isley. Isley's been hit by a pitch today, twice. She got hit on her calf the first time, her knee last time up. As Kerpa won't hit her here. Swing and a miss there from Isley. 0-1 count. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 7-5 ball game. Lions lead. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 3rd inning. As the 0-1, Isley sends that one back into the fence up near the plexiglass. No balls and 2 strikes now. As Lindsey Partlow led off the inning. Isley, the 6th line to come to bat here in the home half of the 3rd. 0-2 from Kerpa. This one hit out to shallow center field. It'll drop in. One comes across to score. That'll make it an 8-5 ball game. Everybody else just advances up a bag. Caitlin Isley with an RBI single. Her first hit of today. Make her 1 for 1. So again, 8-5 ball game. Still 1 out. Bases loaded. Graham at 3rd. Lowry came home to score on the play. Stegmeyer at 2nd. Isley at 1st. And up to the dish now, Cara Taylor. Taylor 2 for 2 on the afternoon. 2 singles and a run scored. Kerpa. This one hit. Oh, my goodness. What a play by the shortstop, Hallman. And she'll tag Stegmeyer out there at 2nd. Probably the hardest hit ball today. We're resorting a double play and outs 2 and 3. Heading to the 4th, Lions take a now 3-run lead as they lead 8-5. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Just be my University Athletics on YouTube. Top of the lineup here for Covenant College Scouts as they trail your Lions 8-5 here. Lauren Kay will lead us off. She's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored thus far for the Scouts. She takes one away off the plate there at 1-0 count. As Kay had a single and a run scored there, both in the 1st and 2nd innings. Emma Mcbreyer able to hang a 0 there in the top of the 3rd. She'll look to repeat that here in the 4th. Lions have scored in every single inning. This one hit out the left center field. Stegmeyer tried to lay out for that one, not able to get it. Rolls past her out, stretch glove. As Chitwood gets it back in there. Kay stopped at 2nd. Only a double. The 2nd double today for the Scots. 3rd hit of the day for Kay as she's now 3 for 3.
Now batting the DP, Taylor Murdoch.
This will break up Taylor Murdoch, who's 0 for 2 this afternoon. She's reached via fielder's choice and grounded out her other time up. Lauren Kay, goodness gracious. I think we probably have the 2 best players in the USA South playing in this game with Rebecca Stegmeyer out in center field and Lauren Kay, the Scots' 3rd baseman. I mean, we have just seen some amazing stuff from both of those ladies this season. This one hit down the 3rd base line. It was in foul territory. Isley laid out for it, could not get there. So an amazing play as Isley gets dirty. It'll just be an 0-2 count now. I tell you what, you can tell by the orange clay on someone's uniform how hard they play. And if you use that as a measurement, Caitlin Isley might be the hardest player out there. She's always covered in that orange infield dirt post-game. This one hit out the left field. Hit too hard, though, as Kay only goes 2nd to 3rd. They'll try to induce a rundown. Drew Graham doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Doesn't tag the runner, and they'll throw it back to 3rd. As not able to get it out, going 1st to 2nd. Heads up play for Murdoch as she gets a single and heads to 2nd now. As now 2 runners in scoring position. And this brings up the center fielder, Vanessa Davis.
Now batting the center fielder, Vanessa Davis.
Davis came up with a big 2-run single her last time up, 1 for 2. Time called because of I'm not sure what it was, but something was sitting out there just outside of the Covenant College dugout. Runners on second and third here. 20 hits now in the ball game and early in the top of the fourth. Lions with 11, Scouts with 9. Emma's first pitch here will be called a ball. Too far low and inside, 1-0 count. One 0 from Emma now. Be too far outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Getting an interesting day. You usually don't see this much offense early on in the game, and if you do, it usually just comes from both sides. 8-5 ball game from the Walker Athletic Complex as the Lions lead. That'll be too far low, I'd assume. 3-0 count now. 3 balls, no strikes, no outs. Runners on second and third. Top of the fourth inning. No walks given out by Mcbreyer today. Still none thus far as we get a swing and a miss. 3-1. 1 hit by a pitch. It's been only freebie that we've seen be given out by Mcbreyer thus far. 3-1. Chop down to third. Isley looks K back. Throws it over to first. Both runners will stay now, second and third, and 1 out. Does not draw a run home. So with 1 out, comes the catcher, Rebecca Hazard. Hazard 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out her last time up. First pitch to her looked like a change up there. It just didn't break. Missed up and out of the zone. 1-0 count now. 1-0, too far outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Seems like Emma's getting to that point here a little bit earlier than normal. She begins to lose her command. So hopefully she's able to regain that here. 2 hits to start off the inning, able to get that crucial out number 1. There's another ball here, 3-0. Mcbreyer showing signs of fatigue here. Obviously, a lot of pitches haven't been thrown from both Kirpa and Mcbreyer thus far. 3-0, too low, so a 4-pitch walk, the first of the day for Mcbreyer. As Hazard on down to first. This will bring up the shortstop, Jordan Hallman.
Now batting the shortstop, Jordan Holman.
Hallman 1 for 2 today with an RBI single and a strikeout swinging. So now forced at any bag here. Lions, right side of the Lions infield at least, will play in. As the first one off the catcher's mitt, goes behind home plate. Everybody advances, and that includes Lauren Kay, who comes home to score. That'll make it an 8-6 ball game now. As Murdoch to third, and Hazard on second. So Hallman's got a chance to tie it up now with 1 swing at a bat, with 2 runners in scoring position, a 1-0 count, and only 1 out. How the turntables today is what we've seen from each team. Both offenses have continued to come up. It's been a back-and-forth battle thus far. 1-0, called strike there on the outer half. Good pitch from Emma. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out. Conventional double play taken out of play now, as that'll be a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. And we can see a hard hit ball hit back up the middle here. Drew Graham make a double play on that one, as we've seen there from Hallman in the last inning. She sends this one down to first base line. That'll tie our game. That one rolls all the way to the wall. 2 runs come across the score. Trying to go 3, here's Hallman getting the relay throw in, and she does. A 1-out, 2-run triple, and make it an 8-8 ball game here in the top of the 4th inning. Still only 1 out and a runner on third. We'll see Terry Martin come talk to his pitcher, Emma Mcbreyer. We'll take a break. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. This one chopped down to third. Isley makes a good play on it, throws it to first. They're able to hold Hallman at third. That was Nagy there, as that'll be second out of the inning.
Now batting the left fielder, Alexa Gonzalez.
As now with 2 outs, this brings up Alexa Gonzalez. As again, we are back tied at 8-8. Brett Loftus, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. It's been an incredible softball game, to say the least, thus far. If you're a fan of offense, you're a fan of this game. 16 combined runs, and we're only in the top of the 4th inning. 21 combined hits. We've had 3 errors defensively combined. 8-8 ball game. Lions with 11 hits, Scots with 10. Scots with 2 errors, Lions with 1. Ball too far in there. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs. Both offenses have been consistent, to say the least, today. His hits have came from up and down the lineups, as that'll be a called strike on the outer half. 2 balls and 1 strike. And if things continue this way, I think it'd be safe to say we're not going to start on time for that 2 p.m. first pitch for game number 2. 2-1 on the way. That'll be too far in. That was only ball 3. Was it not? Oh, it hit her on the foot. Thank you. Yeah, that's only 3. As he'll now tell her to come back. Yeah. As I think Gonzalez will need a bat and her elbow guard to go back up there. Just another long string of questionable decisions from our umpires today. So 3 balls and 1 strike here, 2 outs. 3 already across in the 4th. This one's sent down the right field line. It'll stay in play but foul. Count is now full. And 2 outs here with a runner on third, trying to keep it a tie ball game is Emma Mcbreyer. Emma looks down at her wristband. Big pitch here, full count. This one chopped down to third to Isley. She throws it to first for out number 3. 3 runs come across. Lions still hold on for now, as it's now a tie ball game. Do not surrender the lead. 8-8 heading to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Four, 5, 6 due up here for the Lions in the home half of the 4th inning. Leading us off the cleanup hitter, the catcher, Madison Henry. She's still perfect today, 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Lauren Kerpa still inside of the circle. Back again pitching in a tie ball game, 8-8. Last time it was tied up was in the bottom of the 2nd, as Kerpa surrendered 1 run there to the Lions, made it 6-5, and in the bottom of the 3rd, 2 more. The Lions made it 8-5. And then again, top of the 4th, Scott's able to tie it back up with a 3 spot. 8-8 ball game. This one up and out of the zone to Madison. 1 ball and 1 strike here. Henry, Mcbreyer, Partlow due up in the inning for Piedmont. On a beautiful Dimmers day. A few clouds way off in the distance, but not anything bad here. Looked like that one might have caught Henry. No reaction from her, so I'll assume otherwise. Too far inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 count. Wind picking back up there. or here, should I say, as I see the American flag start waving. Henry sends one right field. That ball's carrying, and it carries over the head of Mitchell. Hustling into second is Henry with a double. She's 3 for 3 on that day. And after 11 hits, that being number 12, that is the first extra base hit of the day for the Lions. Who would have thought? 11 hits, all of them singles, hit number 12, and the extra base hit and a double. As it appears we'll have a pinch runner here. Hannah Calloway on the pinch run for Madison Henry.
Second base is number 11, Hannah Calloway.
So,
The plate will be number 12, the pitcher, Emma Mcbreyer.
sophomore Hannah Calloway stands on second. And here comes the pitcher, Emma Mcbreyer. Emma 1 for 2 with a run scored. She's flown out today and has a single and 2 at-bats. See if she can give herself the lead again inside the circle. Come up with a big hit here in the bottom of the 4th. Good breaking ball there. Looked like it was going to be too far in. Broke at the last possible second over the heart of the plate. 0-1 count. No balls and 1 strike here. None out in the inning. 0-1. Hit down the third base line. And it'll get between the shortstop and the third baseman in that 6-5 hole. As runners on the corners now. Mcbreyer 2 for 3. Here comes Lindsey Partlow. Lindsey 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles and 2 stolen bases. Get a pinch runner for Mcbreyer. This will be none other than Hartley Nerva. So smart decisions by Terry Martin after his catcher and then his pitcher able to get back-to-back hits to lead off the bottom of the 4th. Going to pinch run for them both. Get them back in the dugout and take a break here. Lindsey Partlow up here with a big chance for an RBI opportunity. Kerper will look in. Whole plate umpire will come back set. As now Kerper will back in the circle and she'll look in and come set. Big AB here with none outs and runners on the corners in a tie ball game. Hit up in the air. Will it stay in play? It will not. As it lands over here in the metal bleachers. 0-1 count. Scott's wearing very similar those stirrup socks. As the Lions are like the green stirrup with the white sock and then the green and white stripes. White sock also from the Scots. Black tight, black stirrup with the blue and white stripes. Like that a lot. Trying to get the bunt down here is Partlow, not able to. Is able to get it down, rather, should I say, but it goes foul down the third base line. 0-2 count now. Anything in the outfield here more than likely would score Calloway from third. As Kirpa trying to avoid that, obviously. She's into the windup. Her 0-2 on the way. Almost backed up and hit. Partlow there. Pitch able to break in just enough time. Not able to break over the plate and enter half, but able to break and not hit Partlow. 1-2 count now. Coming set after the sign. 1-2 delivery. Too far out and away. Or out and up, rather, should I say. Even our count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two now. Here it comes. Almost locked up Partlow at the plate. Taking second is Nerva. As that runs the count full to 3-2. We're not going to throw it down to second, trying to preserve that run, not surrender it, or the Scots at third with Hannah Calloway. So now 2 runners in scoring position in a full count. Kerpra on the way. Hit up in the air. Will it stay in play? Hits off the roof of the Lions dugout. We'll do 3-2 yet again. Three balls, 2 strikes here. None out in the home half of the 4th inning. Kerpa, her full count on the way. This one hit out to right center field. That ball's going to travel a bit, caught by Mitchell in right field. Both runners tag up. Callaway safe at home. Nerva safe at third. That'll make it a 9-8 ball game as the Lions retake the lead.
Now batting the DP.
Still only one out and a runner on third. Here comes Jasmine Lowry. Lowry 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Every line has gotten a hit today except for Taylor Buckner, and she has a sac fly and an RBI. So every line either has a hit or an RBI. Maybe not both, but has one or two. One or the other, rather, should I say. As that'll be a ball inside there, 1-0 count. Kerper will look in for the sign. Defense playing straight up, except for Lauren Kay down there at third playing a little in. 1-0 on the way. Called strike. Good breaking pitch there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seems as if Lauren Kerpa has found a curveball she's been able to work off of here. Breaking just enough. Almost like a slider we'll see in baseball. Breaking away from the right-handed hitters. 1-1 on the way. Too far low. Like that one rolled up there in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one count, 1 out. Nerva stands on third. Delivery on the way. Sent way up in the air. Shallow left field. As attempted to tag up Nerva. Almost caught her off the bag there. She's able to get back in time. So that will be out number 2
Now batting the right field.
from Jasmine Lowry. As this will bring up Taylor Buckner. Taylor still looking for her first hit of the day. Again, a sac fly and RBI, her first time up. And then a ground out her last time. She's 0 for 1. Sends this one out to shallow left field. It'll hang up just enough for Alexa Gonzalez to catch it for out number 3. Lions bring another one across, retake a lead of 9-8, heading to the 5th. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. Brett Loftus, Piedmont University Athletics here on YouTube. 8-9-1 due up for the Covenant College Scouts in the top of the 5th inning. Second baseman McKenna Dance leads us off. 1 for 2 on her day. Sit right back up the middle, and it is a single into center field. Dance 2 for 3 now after the leadoff single. So brings up the right fielder, Mary Elaine Mitchell.
Now batting the right fielder, Mary Elaine Mitchell.
Mitchell 0 for 1. She's hit by a pitch her first time up, grounded out her second time. As after Mitchell's plate appearance here, this will be 3 full times to the Covenant lineup. Sent out to second, tag, throws it over to first, and a double play. What a play by Lindsey Partlow. 4-3 double play with the tag and then over to first, as this will bring up the leadoff hitter, Lauren Kay. What a play, Lindsey Partlow. I ain't with him. The freshman at second base. Lauren Kay perfect on today, 3 for 3. This will be the 4th time now through the Covenant lineup. 1-0 count after that one's too far up and in. Kay, 3 hits on the day. Again, 2 singles, and a double. Emma right back on the rubber. Got to be careful how you pitch K. 1-0 on the way. Hit down the left field line, out of play again, one into the lacrosse field. They'll need to watch out for that one as the women's lacrosse game scheduled to start at 4 p.m. this afternoon. Again, for those also wanting to attend or watch that, not sure if it will start then. Again, with our game 2 of our softball still yet to be determined. After this 17-run combines through 4 innings, one of the craziest softball games, I think, all of those watching as well as myself. One of the craziest sporting events and games I've been able to witness here. 3 balls and 1 strike. As we've seen some incredible plays defensively, we've also seen some blunders as well. Seen some hard hit balls have turned into outs, and some of the softest hits have been outs as well, or hits rather, should I say. Is again one of the hardest hit balls of the day from Lauren Kay, gloved by Partlow. As Lindsey Partlow involved in all 3 outs there in inning number 5. 1-2-3, heading to the bottom of the 5th, 9-8 ball game. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube.
The shortstop.
Brett Loftus, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. 9-1-2 due up for the Lions. Is leading us off the shortstop Drew Graham here in the home half of the 5th inning. Again, I'm Brett Loftus, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Drew 1 for 2 on today. As this one sit out in the shallow center field, 1 pitch and 1 out. Is Vanessa Davis able to run in and catch that one for out number 1? Here comes Rebecca Stegmeyer, who's also 1 for 2 with a walk on today.
Now batting the center fielder, Rebecca Stegmeyer.
So also begin the 4th time now through the Lions lineup in the home half of the 5th. Kerpa into her windup. First pitch to Stegmeyer on the way, too far out, 1-0 count. Again, our game 2 start time was scheduled for 2. I'm not sure if we'll quite hit that. Pretty confident we won't, actually, with it being 1:31 right now. So that'll still be TBD here, depending on the end of game 1. Becca again takes one low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Kerpa trying to find a strike zone against Becca. She walked her last time up and then started her 2-0 here. As that'll be a called strike, low and away. Still caught the low corner there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kerpa still looking to hang her first 0 today. Lions have scored in every single inning. 2-1. Again, too far out and low. 3-1. Lions scored 5 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. That's the Scots. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 0 in the third, 4 in the fourth, 3 in the fourth, pardon me, and then none in the 5th as well. Becca takes a big hack at that one, swing and a miss. Runs the count full 3-2. So 3-2 count now, 1 out. As Stegmeyer and Kerpa, big pitch on the way. Into the windup. Becca chops this one to the left side. A good play there from Lauren Kay. Gets Becca by a step at first. That'll be out number 2. Lauren Kay doing it all for the Scouts today. As now 2 outs. Here comes the opposing third baseman of the Lions, Caitlin Isley. Isley's been matching everything Lauren Kay's done today, as she's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Caitlin, her other 2 times up, her first 2 times up, both resulted in hit by pitches. Isley takes one too far low and inside. A 1-0 count. Isley been a staple both in her freshman and sophomore seasons there, hitting 2-hole. Back here this year after she's recovered from that injury, hitting in the 2-hole yet again. Too far low. Excuse me. Actually says it caught at the knees. Even our count up had 1 ball and 1 strike. Kerpa looks to finally find her zone. Her 1-1 on the way to Caitlin Isley. Will hit Isley yet again. 3 times Isley's been hit by a pitch, as Isley will slam the bat down. Walk on down to first. John Winters will get the oven mitt out. Hand it to her. As Isley seems pretty disgruntled today. First base umpire even making jokes down there with Isley at first about that one. As Terry Martin out to talk to the home plate umpire. Not sure what about. Terry's very disgruntled, to say the least. You can see the red in his face start to pop out a bit.
The first baseman, Cara.
As he'll walk back down to the Lions' third base coaching box. Which, I mean, honestly, I'm with him there. I mean, it's the 3rd time Caitlin's gotten hit today. She's got hit in pretty much the same area. They got hit in the calf and then got hit in the knees now twice. I mean, you know, it comes to a certain point to where, hey, it's great you're getting the free base, but you don't want to see your players get hurt. Caitlin going to try and steal second. She does. Throw in the center field. As that was a called strike there at home. 0-1 count. Isley now stays perfect in the stolen base category, 6 for 6. Stegmeyer 30 for 32 there at the top of the lineup. Lions, again, very aggressive on the base paths. That's one of Terry Martin's MOs. As Taylor takes this one off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. But, yeah, back to the thing with Caitlin Isley. Obviously, Caitlin is very disgruntled. I don't think it's anything Lauren Kierpa's doing on purpose, but she just keeps missing inside to Isley. And you can't do that but so many times before a warning could be issued, or maybe even tossing Kerpa out of the game, as that's too far and low, too far inside and low. 2 balls and 1 strike. It's already been a struggle for both pitchers here. You'll see 17 runs combined, 9-8. It's Cara Taylor here, 2 for 3 on the afternoon. She's hit the ball hard all 3 times up. Takes one low now, 3-1. Her last time up, she hit one on the screws to Jordan Hallman at short. Hallman able to turn the unassisted double play. She caught the L6 and then tagged out Rebecca Stegmeyer. See if Taylor can change her fortunes here, her 4th time around. 3-1 on the way, too far in. Excuse me. No, actually catches in her half. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes here, 2 outs. Be interesting to see if Isley is in motion here. Nobody on first, but a full count and 2 outs. Isley will be running. Taylor got around on that one very good. Hits it down the left field line. Actually rolls all the way to the fence. Obviously in foul territory, but just around on that one a bit too early, as Alexa Gonzalez will get it back in. Thank you, Alexa. As Lauren Kierpa has it back inside of the circle. Be interesting to see if Isley's in motion here yet again. Full count, she is. This one hit out the left field. Isley, good speed. She rounds third. Gonzalez, good throw. It'll be too far up the line. Taylor's going to try to go into second. She's out. Looked like they caught Cara in the face, knocked her helmet off. But nonetheless, a 2-out RBI single makes it a 10-8 ball game. Lions continue their scoring streak. Heading to the 6th. Lions are up by 2. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Brett Loftus, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube, top of the 6th inning. 2, 3, and 4 due up here for the Scots. This one hit out to shortstop Drew Graham over to first, out number 1. Retired there, the DP Taylor Murdoch.
Center fielder Vanessa Davis.
As here we'll see the center fielder Vanessa Davis. Davis 1 for 3. She had a 2-run single. Lions again continue their scoring streak of scoring in every inning, at least one. First pitch down the left field line, it'll stay fair. Good piece of hitting from Davis. She'll stroll on into second just in time. Davis probably should have slid there. Good throw from way down there in the corner from Lexi Chitwood, but still safe with a 1-out double. Vanessa Davis brings up the catcher Rebecca Hazard.
Now batting the catcher Rebecca Hazard.
Hazard 0 for 2 today. Does have a walk and an RBI ground out. First pitch strike from Emma, 0-1 count now. Emma seeming to get her control back here after that shoddy 4th inning. 0-1 changeup misses off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, you'll see that from Emma in her starts. Obviously, she's been hit pretty hard today, but there's usually still 1 inning. She's not able to get her command all the way together. But besides that, once Emma has it together, again, one of the very best, if not only in the USA South, but in the country, really. And she'll miss low, 2 balls and 1 strike. So we got a 2-1 count, 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Lions cling to a 2-run lead. This again be too far down and out of the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. 10-8 ball game. Lions 10 runs on 14 hits, 1 error. For the Scots, 8 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors. 3-1 hit down the right field line. Good contact, but just hit a little bit too far and too late behind that one. Runs the count full 3-2. It's full count, 1 out. Runner only on second. This a check swing, hit out to the second baseman Partlow. Underhand to first, out number 2. Fance in the third on the play is Davis. This will bring up the shortstop Jordan Holman.
Shortstop Jordan Holman.
Holman 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs today. She had that big 2-run triple her last time up. Just fights this one off. Shortstop Drew Graham. Another good play to her. Good stretch by Cara Taylor at first to get out number 3. Emma Mcbreyer hangs back-to-back zeros for the first time today. Heading to the home half of the 6th. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube.
Henry.
4, 5, and 6 due up here in the home half of the 6th. Just leading us off, it'll be the cleanup hitter and the catcher for the Lions, Madison Henry, having a career day. 3 for 3, 2 RBIs and a double from the junior transfer from the University of North Georgia. Enjoying, again, Madison been a staple in this lineup so far this year. She'll send this one out of play behind his foul, 0-1 count. Madison nearing the 400 mark. Actually, right on it right now. 400 exactly for her in that cleanup spot. So that'll now make it 3 out of the first 4 lines in the lineup, 1 through 4, hitting over at or over 400. as Henry takes one too far inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Henry done most of her damage off of right-handed pitchers this year. 420 off right-handed pitchers, 273 off left-handers. As the 1-1 on the way to Madison. Swing and a miss up at 1 out of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Seems like Kerpa's been able to settle in these past few innings. Hasn't put up a 0 yet, but seemingly settled in a bit more as the game has progressed. 1-2 on the way, bounces in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's warmed up a bit here in Demorest. Sun's out, so that's going to make it feel warmer than it is. 69 degrees right now at 1:45 p.m. Says it feels like 69 degrees. Visibility at 9 miles, so that's always good. You can see forever. As Kerpa, she'll come set. Her 2-2 on the way. Henry, oh my goodness. Just a little too much under that one, and he got around on it a bit too much. She hit that one about 572 feet foul. As we'll do the 2-2 here yet again. Henry with mammoth power up there from the right-handed batter's box. Watch her take batting practice. You'll see what I'm talking about. Kerpa, her 2-2 on the way. Henry, good plate discipline here. Takes that low. Runs the count full to 3-2. Kerpa going to rub the ball off here. Put it in the glove, comes set, full count on the way. Henry takes that one inside. That'll be called strike number 3 and out number 1. Be only the second strikeout of the day for Lauren Kerpa, as this will bring up the opposing pitcher, Emma Mcbreyer. Mcbreyer versus Kerpa, pardon me. Mcbreyer has won 2 out of those 3 outings thus far, or had bats, as Mcbreyer 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a run scored. Emma fights this one off shallow left field. Diving catch, Alexa Gonzalez. Goodness gracious. Alexa gets up a bit slow, and she'll catch out number 2. What a play. Hey, Alexa, play Sports Center top 10. Goodness gracious, what a play right there. As now with 2 outs, this will bring up the second baseman, Lindsey Partlow. Lindsey having a good day, 2 for 2. She also had a sac fly and an RBI last time up. She's added 2 singles in her other 2 plate appearances. That one's taken low and inside for a strike. 0-1 count. Alexa Gonzalez, very good out there in left field today. Seen her make some great grabs. 0-1 from Kerpa on their way. Same location, same result. Kerpa gets ahead 0-2. It's been one of the very few times we've seen Kerpa get ahead 0-2. So we'll see what she goes to here. The Lions look to add more insurance, only 3 outs away from a win. See if they get it here. 1 strike away from being out of the inning. Waste pitch there, 0-2, turns it into 1-2. As Partlow able to lay off that one up and away out of the zone. Kerpa looks back in for the sign. Coming set. 1-2 delivery on the way. Swing and a miss there. And that'll be strike number 3 and out number 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Heading to the 7th. Lions only up by 2. But they got the lead, needing 3 outs away from looking to get win 21 overall and win number 10 in conference play. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Helena Nagy leading us off here, 6, 7, 8. Due up for the Scots. 3 more outs is what's needed to get the win for the Lions. As they're up by 2, 10-8. Nagy takes the first pitch. Called strike there on the outer half. 0-1 count. Nagy 1 for 3 on the day. On deck will be Alexa Gonzalez. And then McKenna Dance due up third. So getting to face bottom of the lineup here. 0-1 on the way. Too far low. Even our count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. And a day that has been dominated by offense here in the later innings. Or here in the early innings, rather. In the late innings, pitching has prevailed. Only 1 run in the last 2 frames. As again, a called strike on the outer half. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 26 combined hits. Goodness gracious. 18 combined runs. 3 errors. So we'll see if it stays that way here. 1-2 on the way. Ooh, stung down the first base line and foul. Thought that was going to catch the first base coach of Covenant. It does not. Able to evade that one just barely. Game 2 doubleheader, again, officially was scheduled for 2 p.m. Obviously not going to start then. It'll be about 30 minutes after the final pitch of this one. 1-2 from him on the way. That'll roll up there and miss it about 36 feet. Even to count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we got a 2-2 count now. Lead off Scott and Nagy. 2-2 on the way. Chopped down the third base line. Thrown over to first as good play from Caitlin Isley to get out number 1. 1 out. Here comes Alexa Gonzalez. Gonzalez 1 for 3 with a double, as she actually had the first extra base hit for the Scots today. Since then, they've added a triple and another double. First one to Gonzalez here, up and out of the zone, 1-0 count. As Gonzalez has scored a run. She's also grounded out and flown out another 2 at-bats. Emma looks down at the wristband. Now needing 2 outs to get out of this one. This one hit down the right field line. It'll be in play, but foul. Foul by about 1.5 feet, a mere 18 inches, as that'll even our count up 1 ball and 1 strike. So again, as we mentioned, in today the pitching has prevailed. The offense of the Lions, in a day in which the offense has prevailed, as it continues to right there with another hit. Gonzalez now 2 for 4. They try to get her at first, not able to do so. Pitching has seemingly prevailed here in the later innings. However, you got a 1 out single there. This will bring up the potential tying run. McKenna Dance. Dance 2 for 3 with an RBI. Now a double play opportunity when Gonzalez at first. You got to worry about the runner at first as well as Dance. Mary Elaine Mitchell now moves on deck. Big opportunity for the Lions here to get win number 1 of the day and win number 21 overall. Move to double digits in conference wins as they currently sit 9-1 in USA South Conference play. As that'll be a strike there. Even our count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tying run coming up to the plate in the last inning. That's all you can ask for. However, how will the Scots play this? Will they try to induce a sacrifice of some sort and try to move the runner over and then bring up Mitchell, who's been pretty good today? Obviously, Dance 2 for 3, so they're letting her swing away. Plethora of different opportunities they could do here. This one hit up in the air, out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Obviously, with 1 out, you're not going to try to put a bunt down and down by 2. But nonetheless, could be a possibility if Dance is able to get on here and then bring up Mitchell. Then if Mitchell could advance both runners to second and third, that'll bring up Lauren Kay. And so you not want to see today, who's 3 for 4. 2-2. This one hit to the left side of the infield. Going to second. Going to first. They got the force at second. Get play by Drew Graham, 6-4 put out. And reaching via fielder's choice is McKenna Dance. So still bringing up the tying run here, granted with 2 outs. In the 10-8 ball game comes Mary Elaine Mitchell. Again, if she can reach, Lauren Kay comes up to the dish, and that could mean real danger for the Lions. Wynn is picked back up here. First pitch to Mitchell on the way, called ball. Not sure where that one missed. 1-0 count. Yeah, Terry Martin is just as disgruntled as I am, as you can see him down there just beyond the third base dugout. And that one will hit Mitchell in the inside elbow. So now the tying run is aboard, and here comes Lauren Kay. Kay 3 for 4 today with a double and 2 singles.
Baseman Lauren Kay.
Again, this is exactly who you didn't want to see if you're the Lions. With Dance on second, Mitchell on first, and Kay up at the dish. First pitch to Kay on the way, a called strike on the outer half, 0-1 count. Emma has retired her once today via a ground out. It's been the only time she's gotten out here in game 1. Mcbreyer look in and come set. Change up there, too far outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So we got a 1-1 count and 2 outs. Again, big at bat here. 1-1 on the way. This one's sent up in the air. It'll be in center field. Stegmeyer has to wave them off. Instead, it'll be Lexi Chitwood who catches it over and left for out number 3. Lions win 10-8 over the Scots here in game 1. 10 runs on 14 hits, 1 error for the Lions. 8 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors for the Scots. Lauren Kay finishes 3 for 5. She was the big highlight there offensively for the Scots. Jordan Hallman 2 for 4. She had 3 RBIs as well. For the Lions, Madison Henry 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Great day for her. Cara Taylor with a 3-hit day, 3 for 4. Emma Mcbreyer 2 for 4. Partlow 2 for 3 as well. Pitching-wise, win and loss pretty easy today considering we only had 1 pitcher for each side. Emma Mcbreyer gets the win, and then with the loss for the Scots will be Lauren Kerpa. We'll take about a 30, 45-minute break in between games 1 and 2 here, and we'll see you back here at Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube for game number 2. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube.